My name is Dustin, and I also go by the Arbitrary Nerd. I'll be your GM this evening and every evening, and even in the evenings when I don't want to be, except maybe that time I make Nick do it. Hey! If you guys haven't tuned into the show before, we stream Starfinder every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. EST. We go until about 10:30 p.m. Still EST. It'd be weird if we started changing time zones. And then we jumped into the after party, which is where we kind of talk about the show afterwards and gab with people in Twitch chat. If you guys are looking to catch up because this is your first time, you want to know what the heck are these guys doing, you can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/NSTPcast. We upload all of our episodes about the day after we stream them. We are slowly porting to audio as well. I maybe fell asleep last night instead of editing the audio, but that's okay. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. We're going to jump into some introductions while all the wonderful cast and Pat introduce themselves, and then we'll go into some announcements and any recap I feel like giving you guys, because I'm so magnanimous tonight.
You're a bad friend. And I'm Patrick. I play the Shinta Envoy by the name of Reich Oren, also known as Rai. He's an actor and the captain of this crew, and currently not a big fan of almost anyone in it. Especially that low-down, dirty, cheapskate Brawl.
I thought you were going to say Yosoki.
All right, I am Michael. I am playing Zero, who is an android operative and is the pilot of our ship.
I'm Chris. I play Milla Dotwood Abigail Priest. That's Priest spelled Price. Best Durkin mechanic this side of the galaxy. I'm also a Yosoki.
I'm Nick, and I play Brawl, who is a Yosoki soldier, and, I'm kind of tired of getting shot in the back. Who were supposed to be my friends, but...
We were never friends.
I'll deal with it.
And I am Justin. I play Seeker, the android technomancer, who totally didn't have anything to do with the fight that happened between Brawl and Rai last time. Not at all. Wasn't
You're
me.
a worse friend because you pretended to be a friend.
I was making jokes.
I just finally looked at the cameras for the party. I haven't been watching our own stream, and I just found out what Chris is doing with his hat because they all decided to mock me by wearing hats.
Hold on. I got this. There we go.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say you can't do it without your signature.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So for announcements, do you guys have anything to announce?
I just had some delicious Indian food.
That's not relevant, but I would like to announce that Rai needs to stop shooting people in the back.
I would not really announce, but just really quickly, this is a new computer, new setup and everything, so if the audio or anything is wrong here, just let me know, and I'll do some fixings. Let me know in the chat.
Also, I would like to announce that Pat was late. Please yell at him.
That's true.
Pat was not late.
We started 8 for setup, Patrick. You were late.
You were late.
No, I was actually on time for once. I'm usually about 5 minutes late.
I wasn't there to see that you were on time, so in my brain, you were late.
So
we share the blame.
A lot of GM Magic Nat 1s tonight. It sounds like I cannot wait. For other announcements, soon I will be on another episode with the Rogue Exposure folks, who are another Starfinder. They're a podcast more than a stream, but you can check them out. We'll be chatting with, I believe it's going to be like a GM discussion with me, the GM for Rogue Exposure, and the GM for Cosmic Crate, which is another Starfinder podcast we've repped in the past and always recommend checking out, especially if you guys need something to listen to on your commute, which is when I get my Starfinder listening done. I don't actually think we have any major announcements. We can get right into the episode if you guys are good.
I'm good.
All right. So last week, the crew, actually, for the past couple of weeks, the crew has been exploring what they found to be a mostly deserted space station. They were under the impression that it was the abandoned project Pyramid Station Beta, but they did find that at some point, maybe a decade ago, there was some work done on this station. It was renamed Foundation Station. It was supposed to be a alternate academy for the Border Space Union. Something happened, which the crew has been working their way through to find out what exactly is going on. The construction was never finished. Apparently, all the members of Foundation Station were killed in some awful, gruesome manner due to possibly some ghost ship full of undead that collided with the station. And they've actually explored most of the available station to them. I believe they only have 2 rooms left, which is like the organics station, which I don't remember what I named it in the last episode or the episode before that. I think it's got a new name every time. We're going to call it botany for now. And then they also have station command. Those are the last 2 rooms they have to explore on the station. And then we will, I guess, move on. Or everyone dies. I'm not really sure which one I feel better about right now. All right, so where we left off, and I will jump over to roll 20 so I know exactly what I'm talking about, because that's what I should do. Looks like you guys... oh, you had one more room, too. You're still going into the passenger quarters, is that correct? Or are you guys leaving the passenger quarters?
We were leaving there. I guess those guys were so decayed that they just kind of fell apart.
Yes, thank you. We had ended there. I didn't make you guys move into the room, which is why you guys aren't in there.
Because didn't we go into the room? Because didn't we?
You did go into the room. That's where you guys got the passcode or the pass card.
Yeah, and we found out about the ship that was crashed into it.
And then I thought we searched that ship too.
You did. You also searched the ship that had collided with Foundation Station and released some of these undead creatures that kind of proliferated throughout the system. So you guys now have 2 rooms left to check out. You guys can head northward on the map and enter either the botany labs or the station control. I'm going to give a new name every time I talk about it.
It's going to be great.
In the green room.
green room. In the horticulture chamber.
In the dispensary.
All right. What would you guys like to do with your first step for tonight?
I think we should go into the green room. Yeah. I'm sorry. Hey guys, I think we should check out the horticulture room. What do you think? I am now right side up. I'm no longer upside down. This is great.
Stop talking about your tokens because I have to edit it later in the audio.
Well, no, because we had to walk out upside down.
Yeah, we were on the ceiling.
I'm trying to stay in character, like you told me to. Voice in the sky.
No, you're doing well. God damn it! Stop mentioning voice in the sky.
And voice in the sky is mean.
Ring space opens.
Anyways.
Everyone dies. All right.
Well, we have no reason not to go, so sure. Let's do it.
Might as well check out the whole place before we go see whatever's in there.
See if things are still
SOP.
growing.
Let's line up here. Brawl, get in place. Sika, Zero, get beside. Let's do this thing.
I'm gonna stay on the ceiling.
All right, you do that, buddy. You do you. Whatever makes you comfy.
So the
I can't
party's
possibly
lining.
shoot him in the back of the head.
Just true. We don't joke about shooting people in the back of the head anymore, do we, Brawl?
I didn't shoot nobody in the back of the head.
Nope, you just didn't dodge.
Oh, so
Right.
you do get that
As
it was
people-
a joke now.
As people mull over that one, the party is lining up outside a set of decently armored doors in a space station that has seen better days. The tiled floor, the white tile floor, is old, decaying, and covered with drying pools of blood, or rather dried pools of blood that are flaking and look almost like rust almost on 30% of the floor. They are standing near a bit of a hazard. They did realize that some of the floor had become electrified. I'm not sure why, but they were able to circumvent it by abusing the fact that they turned off the gravity in the station, which is why Zero is mounting up to enter this room on the ceiling, while everyone else kind of orients themselves in a more traditional manner. I assume, so is it Zero in taking the lead, taking point with Brawl in behind?
I assumed I'd be standing above Brawl.
Okay, in the same. I'll allow that only because he's short little Yosoki. All right, Brawl, you open the door.
I thought Miller was the one doing the mounting up.
Huh?
You just said that.
Oh, it don't matter.
Oh, it was a bad joke. Don't worry about
Oh.
it. Don't worry about
Justin,
it.
that was your one joke for the stream. Please stop.
Oh.
Before you
man.
cause any more inter-party stuff.
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
what happened the last
The
time
door.
you did that?
Good times. All right. So, what you open up into?
There's a planet in here.
Everyone, roll perception, please.
We can see it.
Wow, I rolled.
Oh no, they're back.
21.
Someone give us an IGM emote if they can, please.
Bad. Me and Brawl both rolled 2s. Except
All
my
right.
2 was better.
So, Brawl and Milla, they notice their eyes snap to the center of the room, which in the middle of it is a hologram, a circular, or rather, I guess, a globular hologram of what appears to be different areas. It doesn't match any known planet. It doesn't really look to be structured as a planet per se, but it's more areas probably throughout this kind of lab area, which you do see extends probably a couple 100 yards past where you guys can see and past where I ended the map, because you don't need to go back that far. Please stop it. And it does seem to be still functioning, slowly rotating through the sky, sometimes with a little glitch, making the hologram go, a little blurry, looking not quite perfect. Let's see, what else do we have? Rye and Zero looking in. Notice that the room looks strangely barren. There's not even like decaying organic matter, which you might expect in something that hasn't been maintained for over a decade. It looks like if there was something here, it was completely removed down to the floor level. The only remaining object is a slightly decayed PC, like the PC units you guys have been finding throughout the station on the northern wall. And there's a bit of a underneath the spinning hologram, there is the projector hub, which has some controls and probably could be interacted with. Otherwise, this room seems strangely barren. What Seeker, who has a little bit of a better kind of view, his eyes are maybe adjusted a little bit quicker, his lovely android eyes, he sees that when the globe glitches, there does seem to be something beneath it. Not entirely sure what. It's not. It's transparent. It just looks like a distortion or disturbance, but it doesn't glitch when the rest of the globe does. So it stood out to him.
I'm going to, without saying anything to anyone, angrily tap away at the computer, attempting to see what I can do with it.
Sure. Roll me a computer's check.
Oh boy. Milla just kind of slowly walks up behind him. Hey, Rye. Yeah, you all right there, buddy?
I'm slapping the side of the computer, forgetting how operating systems work.
It's all right. It's all right. Let me in there, bud.
This stupid thing, I can never find the any key, and I just keep slapping the side.
It's all right. It's over there on the top left. Here you go. A 30.
I didn't know you had interest in computers, Rye. Ooh, I have so much to teach you.
Rye, as Rye's kind of fumbling along with it, he does get the thing to turn on, and it just loads green jumbled lettering through the screen over and over again. Eventually, Miller comes in and does a quick, like 3
He
buttons.
presses the any key.
And he does get it to at least pop up that menu, which displays another one of those very corroded options for what you guys know has been so far the holographic displays. For whatever reason, this bit of coding seems to be the most persistent thing on these machines, possibly because it was, as you saw, some of the last things recorded on the machines.
I just look over at Miller and say, I loosened it for you.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm having a rough day.
I could tell.
Just
go over there, have a smoke or something. I don't know. Take 5. You know what? Hey, yeah.
I'm just gonna
take 5.
I'm 5
what?
That's it. Isn't that like a typical, like, I don't know, stage thing? Take 5, I thought they say that a lot. I don't know. Just go.
I thought that was break a leg.
Seeker reaches into his pocket and takes out a couple like coins, some buttons, just 5 little things, and just hands them to Rye.
I just look at them, nod my head, or not nod my head, but just make the
Shrug.
shrug and put the trinkets in my pocket.
You took 5.
Just in case it's ever important, please add Seeker's trinkets into your character sheet, please.
Okay.
Well, if it's any consolation, I'm gonna activate this little hologram first and see what Bob's up to.
As you click it open, you have correctly surmised that the holographic image of Bob, the pseudo tour guide you've encountered so far throughout the station, does appear.
All right, Bob, what can you tell me about this place? He says absentmindedly as Bob's doing his thing.
Bob appears actually tucked in the corner, the very corner of this room, between the PC unit you're using and the wall that would lead deeper into the station that you guys just came from. And he's actually sitting, and the camera is angled almost a little bit down. It's looking kind of up his face, almost like he might be holding the camera unit he's been using. And he says, "Alrighty, Cam. This one is just for Zaretta. We don't need to save this one to the machine for very long. Upload it so that we don't use up your storage. I will grab it later and we will ship it down to the planet, all right?" Okay. All right, Zaretta. I just wanted to say I'm hanging out your old stomping grounds in the lab. Every time I'm in here, it makes me think of you. I have to give a longer spiel on the station for the uppity ups, but I wanted to have just a personal quick message for you. All right, no one's here. So they don't want to send down another shuttle to pick you guys up. I know you guys are almost done with your settlement building and whatever they've got you doing down there. But I overheard them saying that they're not going to risk another shuttle. We don't have too many. We're on a really tight budget, and they just can't risk it with the planet storms. And honestly, I think those sons of bitches are absolutely wrong, and I'm working on something. All right, I'm gonna override the ship. I'm gonna have it sent down to your location. The storms aren't constant. It's not that bad. We'll find a time window. We'll punch it through. We will get that ship to pick you up. All right. Hang on to this message. I'll tag the code for the shuttle onto this just in case you need to use it. But I'm sorry that it's been so long. It was only supposed to be 6 months, and it's been 4 years. We'll see you soon. We'll get you back up here. You do not need to worry about it, okay? All right. I will see you up here soon in your lab working with your flowers, and it'll be like old times. All right. Talk to you later. Wait, Cam, go away. Shut off. The hologram fades.
All right. So it doesn't seem like it's part of the rest of what's been going on, all the pre-generated stuff.
Correct. This looks like it's probably the same day because his clothing looked the same, and he looked appropriately well groomed. Like the first time you saw him at the beginning of the station, he does not look like the disheveled mess he's been becoming as you see him encountering the undead and the hologram. This is definitely probably the earliest recording that you guys have encountered so far.
All right. Now, is there anything else on this computer?
Nothing else whatsoever. In fact, as you start touching the computer, parts of it actually seem to have been maybe eaten away at a little bit. There are more chunks and pieces missing from this machine.
Well, before I lose anything, can I download that message?
Yeah, no problem. You're able to download that message. Like I said, it's very corrupted, so it's kind of a weird file on your data pad. But yeah, you definitely have it.
Cool.
This camera system, is it something that's built into the station as far as we can tell, or is it like a personal floating cam?
So it looks to be, again, you've seen it more, not this one, but you've seen it more in the other ones where it does seem to be detached from him and floating around, completely free form. So you would assume that it is some sort of automated device. He did call it Cam in the first room, so he called it Cam here. So it is something that probably robotic.
Now, is there anything else in this room? What is the floor made of? Is it just
turf? It's turf. It's not actual organic matter at all.
So it's more like astroturf?
Yeah, basically astroturf.
Okay.
So there's not actually any plants in here right now?
No. And there's no planters, and there's no structures in this area of any kind except for the decaying PC you guys have just worked on and the globe and projector in the middle.
I'm gonna go inspect the globe and projector. Just kind of marvel at how nice it looks.
Sure. Yeah. Could you make another perception check for me?
Sure. 10.
Okay. What do you do with it? Are you looking to try and
I'm just trying
as
to
you
see- I'm
approach
just
it
saying-
from the
So I approach it. I wonder how they got this to work. Let's take a look. And I'm just kind of like poking around. Should I do a computer's check, maybe?
So what happens is, as you get closer to it, like it kind of senses your presence. It does open up like a virtual data pad where you can interact with it. Most of it is the console is like red and doesn't seem to be perfectly functioning. But
Just for clarification, are we talking about the globe? It just like
Yeah.
changes into a.
no, the globe stays rotating, but like
Okay.
orbiting the globe, another like almost like a virtual keyboard opens up in front of
Okay.
it. And there's a couple of area listings, and it talks about different like biomes that were in this area, and it includes like different planetary habitats and things like that, and like a greenhouse, and flower area. Specifically, it was mostly flora, but there's also some fauna. You see some like livestock listings and things. Most everything seems to be disconnected or not functioning. But you can potentially like click on the areas to get a little bit more information.
Okay. Let's see. So the globe, does it look like anything? Does it look like Revel?
No, it's actually not made to be a planet. It's made to be like a better interactive version of the stuff housed inside of this organic station.
Okay.
Can I attempt to do something on the overlay that popped up? Is it
Yeah,
like
absolutely,
You said
yeah.
It's like a keyboard.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm gonna make a computer's check. Is there also a camera in the room?
No cameras in the room.
Does my datapad thingy have a camera in it?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, I'm
Basically, your
gonna
data pads, as far as I'm concerned, are cell phones or iPads,
Okay.
whatever you want to do with it. So
I'm gonna attempt a computer's check.
Yep.
And I have a smirk on my face the entire time I do it. 17. What I'm attempting to do is make a giant floating me.
So as you begin typing, you see that the globe begins glitching out a little bit more and a little bit more, and then I need you to make a reflex save as the semi-invisible protoplasm at the center of the globe attempts to latch on to your wrist.
I am so sick of all these awful things happening to me. All right, reflex. You said.
One.
Yep.
One.
Reflex.
Check on the other one.
Hold on.
Inner one. Inner one. One.
Oh.
There was a 1 in there. And the 19
So
before my bonus.
fortunately, you are able to. How do I get this scenario? You are able to snatch your wrist back as something just barely kind of skins your wrist, and in the hairs that were there, or maybe not as much there because you like to keep yourself androgynous.
Accurate.
Anything that had been cropping up over the few days you've spent in space are almost like singed away, not burned, but they are like removed, like almost like a like Nair, like they just wipe off clean.
No longer
with-
symmetrical.
Can
With
I do
the
a check as
protoplasm.
to see what that was?
While you're checking, I am screaming bloody murder. Not like scared bloody murder, like I am committing a bloody murder as I whip out my gun. That has so far proven useless. But
What were you trying to do?
So as he's screaming,
I'm not
this
listening
form,
to anyone. I am taking out my gun to take a shot at whatever is in the center.
this form that was semi-hidden by the hologram begins to unfurl and grows bigger and bigger and bigger in towards Rye.
Are you?
And
Wait. I got this.
Is it a
I'm
gelatinous
going. No,
cube
wait.
in space?
I'm going to push Rye out of the way.
I will allow. Well, no. I need you to
No?
roll
No,
initiative.
okay.
If you roll high enough, I will let you act in the surprise round.
All right.
What about me? Since
You're good. It's not actually enveloping you. You did save your reflex. I just need everyone to roll initiative. And Miller. Well, I mean, you guys can all give me. This would be
Ouch.
Life science.
Yeah, it's definitely not mysticism. Let's do a life science. If it's
All right. Well, if this is a rare creature, because
not
my
rare, it's not rare.
Xenoseek. Okay.
Not rare.
It's a gelatinous cube in space.
Yeah, this
Splashing
plus
cube.
10, so 26.
It's gotta be.
You
Hold on a second.
you know pretty much immediately what this is, even though it's probably one of the bigger ones you've seen. It's called an assembly ooze, and it is like a well, hold on, let me actually go through their thing. So
Okay,
they were
so I
thought
got
to have been
16 too.
created as a biotechnical replacement for automation processes. They're essentially cores of nanobots suspended within blobs of animated protoplasm. As it absorbs raw materials, you know that it's supposed to, the nanobots are supposed to work on it at a molecular level, and they turn those materials into a functional technological device. Sometimes they're hard coded to like produce certain things, and that's like entered into their programming. Other times they just break things down to raw materials like universal polymer bases. Left unchecked, they do tend to just absorb whatever they can around them until they've consumed everything.
Do I
It
know-
does look like this one, just again based on your life science check and what you've seen around you, it's very likely that this one was actually created to consume organic matter.
Oh, well, that would explain a lot. Do I know how to get rid of it? Like weaknesses or anything like that?
Let me take a look and see if it has any. You rolled how high?
26.
26. Yeah, that's more than enough. It's they're not usually particularly difficult. If you want to tell me exactly what that check should give you, I will give it to you, but I'll read through and see what I think is relevant. It has ooze immunities, which I don't know what those are in Starfinder, so I'll have to look that up.
How do they perform in zero gravity?
As you see it, it has no problem. It's sticking to the ground and moving just fine. It doesn't seem to be affected by the lack of gravity at all.
I imagine I
so-
know exactly what Miller does because we both rolled the same thing on life science.
Oh, sure, yes. Shoot.
I'd like to say.
No. I rolled a 26.
Oh, you rolled a 26.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
no.
I rolled a 16.
Yeah.
No, that's much
I
different.
thought your initiative was a 16.
No. I just don't have a shortcut for life science.
So you do have the weakness. I don't know what the immunities are. I'm looking them, but I'd have to look it up in the book, and I don't have the book on me.
Do I know that?
Or I don't want to open up the PDF right now. So it is weak to electricity. You know, these creatures do become like destabilized when exposed to electricity.
All right.
You
I shot
also
it.
know that they do have a bit of a reach on them because they are able to create like pseudopods off of their body.
What was it called again? It was a
assembly ooze.
assembly ooze. All right. All right, guys. This guy is an assembly ooze. Let's see if we can kite it outside into that electrical pile that we went over. Let's just reverse our gravity upwards.
Oh,
Did I
good
get
idea.
initiative rolls from folks?
Already,
yes.
I got a 22.
22.
18.
Hold on. Stop there. Blah, 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 blah. Who got 25 to 20?
I had a 20.
And
I
right, what
had-
did you just say you had?
22. Sorry,
you.
you said that in a weird way.
I recognize.
It went
I'm trying to
from
not have
high to
everyone talk
low.
at once. Who had 19 to 15?
All did.
Thank you. Who had 14 to 10?
Milla.
Seeker, what did you have?
8.
All right. I actually forgot to roll for my ooze friend, which is kind of important. It rolled very well. I don't know what
No.
bonus it has. Well, you guys rolled like junk. It probably has a negative, right? Where is? Oh no, it has a bonus. Okay. It actually is going to act right after Rye.
Right.
Good luck, everybody.
So because of that, bro, what was your roll?
18.
I will let you give Rye a shove for that purposes to kind of try and get away from the expanding mass. So shove him 5 feet in the direction of your choice.
Towards the door. Towards the door is where I was gonna shove you. Not into the gel.
Towards the ooze.
Okay. I was kind of hoping for towards the ooze. what this ooze looks like is basically it's like a clear suspending goo full of like little you're not that you can really see nanits, they're very small, but it's like full of like old like decayed matter kind of like crusted inside of this thing, and maybe you see like what could have been a leaf fossilized in it, but what you can't tell is it doesn't have like any real shape. It does seem to be almost amorphous, and it like clings along the floor as it grows, and like I said, this is bigger than most assembly uses you would have seen, probably due to unchecked growth and consuming potentially everything in the biodome.
I don't know where you went
Seeker
to school,
shouts
but
out
that's
really
very
quick.
clearly a cube shape, Dustin.
Yes, the token I used in Roll20 was the only free-use gelatinous cube they had.
I'm just saying, y'all got to study your shapes.
Well, you have to take your turn because it is your turn in the initiative.
Doesn't even know
I
what
can't
a
shout out
cube
really
is.
quick. I shout out really quick.
Yeah, you can shout out really quick.
Would this thing eat zombies?
Would I know if it eats zombies? Probably, right?
So would you give
Yeah,
me that
probably
I
would.
Yeah, you said anything organic. Anything organic, buddy.
would you give me that I took out my gun already because I screamed that I was doing that?
Only actually because you rolled so high in the initiative order, yes.
Okay.
I would
So-
imagine none of us put our guns away.
That
Yeah,
too.
actually, I don't think any of you would have put your guns away at any point. You guys have been
Oh.
like,
My
going-
guns are always out.
Fair
Do
point.
it. Do it. Do it, Nick.
Boom! Boom!
So right behind me is the door, correct?
which is open, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to do the thing, the diddly doops, with the tech to turn off my mag boots.
Yep.
And do a kick jump backwards.
Yep.
Up
You can move
onto
30
the
feet.
ceiling. I'm going to just, I guess, distracted shot. What was it again, Chris?
Yeah, it's herring shot.
Carrying shot. I'm going to attempt that. Do you remember? I don't have the book open in front of me.
Yeah, I'm looking it up for you. Just make your roll. It's an attack roll.
All right, so that is.
I believe the DC is 15.
I
I
believe you're
so
right.
as well.
But I will double check for you.
I got a 17.
Okay. Yeah, herring fire. You can use a standard action to make a ranged attack that distracts a foe in your line of sight. Make an attack roll against an AC 15. If you hit, you deal no damage, but the next ally to attack that foe gains +2 a bonus to attack roll.
Oh, that's probably not all that useful, but
It's very useful.
Well,
I
not
believe
in
there's
this one
another
case.
one other than harrying fire. It's called covering.
cover.
Fire.
Yeah,
Oh, covering fire. Yeah, that's that gives everyone a bonus to AC.
yeah. Probably should have done that one instead.
I'll allow you to say you're doing covering fire.
I'm doing that one.
Yep.
And I'm going to.
But you
run,
actually have to select an ally then.
begrudgingly brawl. Who's closest to the thing?
Kind
and
of saved
then,
your life.
So 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. I'm hauling ass and getting.
It has to be in a straight line because you're in 0G, my friend.
He mag booted to the
mag
ceiling.
booted to the ceiling. That's what I was saying. Was I lift off and mag boot to the ceiling and then I run across the ceiling?
Oh,
Not allowed.
oh no, my bad. I thought you were doing the thing where you did the bad boys move where you just mag booted away.
No, I don't want to
Um,
wear that out.
Oh,
Once-
okay, my
once
bad.
per movie.
You are totally fine. I'm not going to make that take up any additional movement. You could have
Okay.
done that fine. So my bad. Thank you for clarifying. After Rye, we have our
Don't we still do it at half speed though?
no, not while you guys are in mag boots.
Okay.
I don't need you guys to move half speed. It's only when you guys are moving in 0G, like perfectly in 0G, that's when it causes issues.
Yep.
So this creature actually does not really care what its next meal is. So as it sees the Lashunta it was kind of attempting to devour, sneak away, it does find itself conveniently next to a appetizer in the form of Brawl the Yosoki. And what it does is it kind of gathers itself a little bit as they're facing it. You see the amorphous form kind of gather inwards, Brawl, before jettisoning out a pseudopod. Just a long tendril of this protoplasmic material comes to try and slap you. I don't think it's
Please
going to.
Try.
I've
Because you've
seen
got
enough hentai to
stupid
know where this
AC.
is going.
Ooh, it rolled a natural 20. So actually, it does smack you. This is actually pretty damn good. I don't have to confirm crits in Starfinder, which is great.
You're welcome, right?
Fortunately, it doesn't have anything fun, so we just double the damage. Is that right?
Yep.
You roll the dice twice.
Yes, you roll the dice twice. Well, you don't double the die?
No.
I'm thinking 5th edition is my problem. Right. So that's going to be 3, 5, and 4. So you take 9 points of, it doesn't say, but I'm assuming bludgeoning damage.
Okie dokie.
Okay. It won't actually try to disassemble you because apparently that takes a minute. Oh, yeah. Or you'd have to be kind of unattended. That's all right. Next time. And that's actually going to be its turn because it doesn't need to do anything. It's not a very clever creature. Much like yourself.
Hey-oh.
Brawl, you're up.
I have average intelligence, thank you.
Didn't Brawl get
It's
an
wisdom, though. Cleverness
It was
is
a
wisdom.
nat 20.
Correct. It was a nat 20, so I'm
So-
giving him the hit.
But Brawl is going to...
Didn't you have an 18 for initiative?
Yeah?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I
Zero's
had a
up next,
20.
Brawl. I'm sorry. I didn't even look at my little. I have these
Oh.
little cards I've made for everyone, and I didn't look at them. That actually clearly says 0. My bad. Brawl, you sit tight as a pseudopod, like you were kind of wiping the grime off of you. You're like, "Ugh, icky."
So Zero's still on the ceiling.
Yep.
Is going to crouch down a little and aim with his laser pistol.
Yep.
And take a shot at him, at the ooze.
Make your shot.
I imagine its challenge rating is not.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know,
You
set it
definitely tricked it. You're having no problem tricking this thing with your trick attack.
And a
And
25.
you also hit the thing with your energy weapon. Not a problem.
All right.
You actually do roll twice. You roll your damage twice each time with all your usual bonuses.
Okay.
6 damage with.
Oh wait, so you had your bonus twice?
Yes.
Brawl, you got off easy.
Yeah.
So is it 6 damage?
Yep.
Okay. And all right. You blow a clear chunk through, and your laser beam
actually,
burning away at it.
Here's the thing. What was the total attack roll?
20.
Because if the total result of your attack is less than your target's relevant AC, your attack still hits on a nat 20 but deals damage normally.
Oh, it was 24.
What is your AC?
Beats my AC.
Well,
Right.
even with
Even with
does
the
it
plus
matter?
2?
Does covering fire help that?
Yeah. You plus 2. What is your total?
It'd be 22.
Okay.
Oh, I'm
For
sorry.
kin-
I'm sorry.
for
it was
kinetic
it was,
energy,
It
it
was
would
26
be
anyways.
19.
My bad.
Oh, all right.
26.
Oh.
Sorry,
okay.
just kind of making clarifications.
No, that's fine.
that-
We want to be clear on
That's
the rules.
gonna hit.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought it was a +4. It's actually +6 to hit. So yeah, it was 26. And yeah, 0. So your laser beam pierces right through the amorphous blob, burning away parts of it that you can see get charred as it like carries on through farther past into the deserted area of this habitat area that I have no name for. And now, assuming Zero's not making any more moves, Brawl can go.
Well, I was going to move close
Fine.
to Rye.
Okay, that's fair. And you guys are both on the ceiling, so you're not worried about the electrified plates of the station below you. And Brawl is up.
All right. Brawl's just going to shuffle out the doorway. And that's pretty much going to be his whole turn. He's going to go on the opposite end of the hallway, in like the pool of blood, the pool of dried blood.
Yep.
Right next to the electrified zone.
Okay. That makes it Miller's turn.
Would Miller know that? I'm sorry. Would he know a way to disassemble it using like an engineering check?
No, it's not. It's not something that you can actually interact with.
All right.
Usually they're created with like a single purpose in mind, and then like let to do their thing. I would imagine this to actually like stop the creature or like the device, such as it were, would literally be to kill it every time.
Gotcha.
It's mindless, so I think it'd be something like you set a match to it and burn it up or something.
Yeah. All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right. I'm going to take a pot shot at it.
Sure.
Targeted, regular ranged. 19.
Hit.
And 7 damage. Fire.
Your laser blast connects with it, and even more of it burns. The hole where Zero's blast has gone through is still visible as like a charred hole. The edges being blackened. You shear off an entire corner of the thing, just splattering the plasm around it, and which kind of slowly drifts off into the 0G.
Okay.
Seeker, you're up.
All right, Seeker takes a step out the door and presses the button and shuts it. I
The door
don't know
shuts.
why you're all spending your ammo on this thing.
I got
It
plenty.
obviously
and I
can't
kinda
come
want
out the door since it's been in there this whole time.
Well, this guy's made of basically universal polymer basis. It's worth a chunk or two.
Brawl goes, I didn't use any ammo, and flexes one of his arms.
Plus, I mean, what if we lured the zombies near it? It could probably take care of them too.
Yeah, it takes a little while to eat them, and I don't know if it would actually work.
Still, our enemies. Enemies are enemy? Is that how that
You said
goes?
enemy a lot. I like that.
Anyways, he continues his movement further away from the door. Probably around back up to the ceiling or whatever with everybody else in the
Wait, that
electrical floor.
Rye looks over at Seeker and goes, "That's not a bad idea."
What?
I said that's not a bad idea.
Of course it's not.
And I'm simply assuming that at this point in time that there are more zombies, because literally, if anything bad can happen to Rye, it will.
Yes.
Seeker, go see if there's any zombies in that room.
I should rather not.
Rye runs over. Oh, if we're not in
Are we still in?
initiative order.
Is anyone going to open the door?
Not by
No.
myself, at least.
You wait for exactly 12 seconds, and when nothing comes oozing through the door, you realize that Seeker's plan was solid.
All right.
The creature literally cannot exit the door.
All right.
If should I use one of these medical supplies, or do you want to wait like, I don't know, another 10 minutes?
Would we? Have we? We haven't even taken a 10-minute rest, have we? Did we
I
take
You
think
a
guys
we
have
did
taken
one for
2
Rye.
since coming into the station.
Well, it's only 10
One in the
minutes.
cafeteria area, I believe, and you took one in the security office, I believe. Not all of you needed to take both, so it's entirely possible that it wasn't really a major concern for you more than once. However, you guys, if you want to gear up, you guys are supposedly entering the last area of Foundation Station. It matches the last area on the map you found in engineering. It's the only room you have access to currently, unless there's something beyond Station Command. You guys are kind of entering the last area. So if you guys want to take a 10-minute rest, it wouldn't be a bad idea. You would just need to spend a resolve point if you're planning on gaining any stamina back.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to do that now, aren't I? Brawl. Do you get all of your?
You
stamina
don't have
back?
to.
You get
You could
all your
use,
stamina back. How many resolve points do you have left, Rye?
2,
Miller takes the time to.
How many do you start with?
5.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
I only have
thought
3.
I thought everyone only had 3, so I was like, you got to be low, but no. Okay, that's cool.
Wait,
Yeah, no.
did
When do
something
we
happen?
get our resolve points back?
After an
Long
extended
rest.
rest.
Correct.
So Miller takes the time to kind of look over his rifle. He realizes that he only has 6 charges of his battery left, so might as well swap this guy out. He also looks into this, whatchamacallit, where it is, the cryo, where is that? Oh yeah, the Zero Rifle Frostbite. Now this guy has a 40 charge thing. However, you can still use a smaller battery in a larger capacity thing. So it requires 40 charge thing, but you can actually still put 20 in it.
I did not know that. I will assume you're not bullshitting me, so yeah, go for it.
Justin took off. I don't know where Justin is.
He left?
Okay.
I am spending a resolve point to get my stamina back.
Yeah, so I get 1 resolve point at level 1 plus my charisma,
Which your charisma's pretty high, so that.
and that's 4, so 5. Yes.
I honestly wasn't double checking your math. I
No,
just had
straight
known. I
up,
think
when,
Chris
when you
has.
when you showed concern, I was like, I messed up my character sheet already, and so I went to double check it.
Now,
I was gonna say for people who are listening, I have a bad habit of messing up my sheets in awful ways. I think in our last 3-year campaign.
yeah, I mean, how many times did I have to audit your sheet?
A few. We audited it a few times.
Every week.
No, not every week, but
Every other week.
Often. Often.
He
enough.
would fix the sheet. Somehow the week later, he'd be back to the sheet like 3 weeks prior.
Dusty, for this frostbite gun that we found, does it already have a charge in it? Does it already have one of the batteries in it, or was it empty?
I'm going to say, for the sake of brevity, that the batteries would have decayed over the time it was.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. Cool.
So, after following the rest, I'm going to look at the door and be nervous because every time I open a door or touch a keyboard or say hi to a person or interact with the world around me, something bad happens to me. But I look over at the guys and say, okay, so if anything comes out of here, we see if that thing wants to eat it, and then we can kill that thing, and then life's easier for everybody.
And if worse comes to worse, we can retreat up to the north here, just kind of let the ooze and the zombies kind of work out their own magic.
I like it. And I open up the door, and I'm killed by whatever comes running out of it or shooting from the other side, right,
What?
Destin?
Could you guys form up how you're actually going to form up?
What are you
I'm
doing
I'm
opening the
exactly
door?
There.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
exactly where I need to be.
Right, opens the door, and what opens up into is a clustered fog bank as very thick fog begins to slowly roll out of the doors you've opened. These were big, heavy metal doors. They were security locked. You had the passcode you guys got from Bob's bunk. You swipe in, the door opens, and just fog begins rolling out.
Are we in initiative order?
If you'd like to be.
Rye, why did you open the door?
Because now I'm gonna run away. I've moved my token. That was all I wanted to do.
I'm not making you guys. You're not in combat yet, so
We
do
just
you
can't
guys?
Can we
see
not
inside
see
of
in
that
there?
room.
Correct.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
I'm going to crap my
Is any
I've
who
had
who actually has dark vision?
I do.
Well, yeah, rats do.
Androids.
The
I
androids
also
have dark vision.
Yeah, I also have
Androids
my
and
unseen
rats.
servant that's been around this whole time. That I can't see through though.
What can't
wish
you
I
see
could.
through?
I can't share senses with my unseen servant, but
Gotcha.
he is still there, or it is still there. It's been there this whole time, just following really slowly.
Oh, I'm sorry, including dark vision. Yeah, you guys can't see anything. It's just fog kind of
Oh,
billowing
great.
up in.
All right. I'm going to hold on,
You guys
guys.
can see
Let me see.
5 feet when you go in there.
You're
Let
gonna
me
what?
just check really quick. I'm gonna detect magic.
Yeah, the whole room is coated in magic.
The whole room is coated in magic, guys. There's lots of it in there. Ooh.
Could I have Brawl, Zero, and Seeker make perception checks?
Yup.
11.
12.
13,
12.
13.
Oh.
Oh.
No, there's like in the fog, like there's like a slight aura of light or a light. It's hard to say. You guys can't really make out what's giving the little bit of glow to the fog, but it's not pitch black in there so much as it's like a light fog that is completely obscuring everything in the room.
There's some kind of light source in there. I can't tell what it is. The fog's too thick.
Well, there's a lot of magic, so it could be magic.
What if we go into the engineering room and see if I can
Ventilate
turn
the
on the
room.
vents? Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
All right. I'm good.
Why don't
Do
we
that.
shut the door in the meantime?
That is also not a bad idea.
All right. Heading over to the engineering room. Is there
Dustin's a stickler. Do we shut that door? We shut
Yeah, you
that
should
door,
shut it.
Dustin.
Okay. All right. Going over to the engineering room, kind of working my magic. Is there an option to turn on ventilation?
Yep.
All right. Flip on the ventilation.
Your controls are overridden.
What?
Yeah, you hit the button. It looks like it's going to start up, and then you get like a red error message that just says "controls overridden."
All right. Can I do some sort of a check to figure out what's overriding it?
Sure.
What would that be? Engineering?
Make a computers check.
Computers. 24.
24. You dig a little bit deeper, and you get a registry entry that says that the override originates from station command.
Station command. Huh? Can I create my own registry?
You mean
Entry?
try and counter hack the
Yeah.
hack? Yeah. Give me a. Let me see if I actually have a skill for this scenario. I do. Yeah, we're gonna have a roll off. So I'm gonna be
All right.
doing a hidden computer check versus your computer check.
Wait,
All right.
Did
Let
anyone
us know
else
about
hear the
this.
Windows error sound?
He does not.
just then?
And Zero, shut your mouth for your metagaming ass. All right, let's go.
All right. Let's do this thing. 26.
Oh, son of a bee sting. Yeah, so you just need to be a little bit quicker on the draw, and every time it goes for the override, you subroute to another system to run the kind of the filtration system. And after a little while, it's almost like toggling back and forth with how fast you have to do it. You are eventually able to get the filtration system running fast enough to have the fog begin clearing out, and the actual machines begin generating, humming as they draw some air out of the fog out of this place. And I got to pull up roll 20 again. And what your allies who are not in engineering see.
The door shut, remember?
You guys open the door. Miller, you come back?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as soon as you come back and you open the door, the fog has creeped in because the override set in again from your not being there to manage it.
Oh. Cool.
Wait, can I recall what it looked like in that brief second that you had it?
No, there was no second. Zero ruined your fun because you remind me the door was closed.
All right. Well, should I kind of hang behind? Does anybody else want to kind of hang behind and I'll watch the door, or what's that?
Why would you watch the door? Yeah, sorry.
All right,
that's out of
fine.
character.
Fine, he says as he walks back to engineering. He opens the door to engineering, kind of turns around. Now keep the goddamn doors open.
Okay. So what we see, and let me make sure I'm not doing the wrong stuff now that I've had to change things. There we go.
I
And
can't believe you just skulked off. Fine.
Do
All right.
my job.
So what you guys see, and don't mind me, I have to move a couple of things around. What you see as you're kind of going along, it looks to be a pretty consolidated command center. There's a raised platform, not even 30 feet into the room, where there's banks of computers creating almost like a U shape. And on the below the platform, there's computers alongside the wall that you would enter in. Could I get perception checks from everyone but Miller?
20.
Also got 20.
28.
13.
Nat 20.
Brawl, you notice that there is, in the center of the raised platform, there is what looks to be a either hastily constructed or an ad hoc constructed machine. It stands about 10 feet tall, and it's made up of composite parts. It has what looks like might be some sort of camera droid. Like it's got one orb and like a kind of modern chassis for the head, but everything below it seems to have been custom added on later, giving it some kind of large body with thick appendages, not necessarily made to be human shaped or humanoid shaped, but they do kind of have discernible arms and legs that are just made out of collective junk parts that are rather jagged looking. Everyone else probably notices that there are also these jars that seem to contain suspended brains within them. Due to the lack of gravity, the fluid in the jars is actually kind of floating, or rather not pooled. And you see 6 of them around the room, 3 of which are behind this large construct, and 3 of which are in front of. 3 of them are currently seem to be emitting a light greenish glow. Do you guys have any immediate responses to what you guys have opened up into?
Yeah. Rye wears a face of befuddlement.
Then tries to
That's
figure
all.
out how to imitate a brain.
No.
All right. So the construct in the middle of the room, it's like one circular orb that sort of kind of functions as its face opens or lights up rather, and it does appear to be just a single solid light, and it's light green in color, and it's around again like an elongated metal chassis that otherwise doesn't really look in place with the rest of its body, which seems like it's almost made out of like pieces pulled out of computers throughout the station maybe, or even other metal parts were used to make this frame that it's kind of nested on. And as the light flickers on, it says, well, this isn't entirely unexpected, but, and it starts to glitch as it talks. If you guys would please leave, I think we could avoid any unpleasantness.
You got a
Oh,
poop?
this is interesting. Now, this is what I call art.
Oh,
Who
God.
put this together?
I activate my comm unit so that Miller can listen in to everything that's going on.
Okay, and could I have the 4 of you guys make a will save, please?
No. Yeah. I'm so willful.
I got a 15.
Okay.
Oh, safe with a 22, I think.
9.
Okay. No, you guys are good. Nothing. You guys don't notice anything, so that's fine. Yeah. Do you guys respond to the construct speaking to you?
Well, that's how I responded.
It's interesting. Everyone else?
What are you doing?
What do you guys see in there?
Can I? What kind
Who
of
made
check?
you?
What kind of check would I need to make to figure out? Well, first, I'm assuming talking brains and jars are not. Or no, was that the construct talking? I'm
The
sorry.
construct is
construct.
talking.
Okay. In either case, I'm assuming that none of this is normal everyday stuff, or am I wrong about this? Are we in Futurama?
The brains are weird. Now, there are creatures called contemplatives that are basically floating brains with like atrophied bodies. That's normal.
Adorable.
Brains in jars, not so much.
Okay. I would make. I'm assuming a life science check is what I would need to try to figure out what this is.
Chris, is there a better check for mechanical constructs?
Engineering.
Yeah, you'd have to make a straight up engineering check for this one.
That's so
Can I
much
make
better.
one?
That is so much better.
Yeah. You guys make engineering checks.
20.
Ooh, I have that skill.
Also a 20.
13.
23.
So you guys recognize the head of the creature. Seems to be like a standard model, if older, probably about a decade model old, camera droid. Reporters use them. Like actually, like reality stars use them. Rye, you'd be very familiar. You've probably even used them before. They are machines. They're kind of drones or intelligent drones that you can set with to follow you, and they are able to record,
Oh, poor
upload. They have
Cam.
some rudimentary like engineering behind them. They're basically droids, but simple droids, simple constructs. Everything below looks to be homemade. Whoever is here made this body. That's definitely not something that would have come factory preset, but it does seem to be attached into this otherwise relatively normal camera droid.
Okay. I poke around at my throat. I have a vocal modulator.
Okay.
To try to disguise my voice. I don't know if you want me to roll for that. I'm assuming probably.
I'm not 100% sure what your intent is.
My intent is to. I'm making an assumption that this is Cam.
Okay, and you're trying to sound like Bob.
I'm trying to sound like Bob.
I don't need you to make a check. You've encountered enough of his voice to replicate it.
Okay, so I'm just going to say in as best a Bob voice I can. Cam, what's happened? What's happened to you?
The eye immediately turns bright red, and it says, "We didn't have to be unpleasant about this, but if you think I don't know precisely where my Bob is, you are gravely mistaken."
I'm Rob.
Some actor you are.
You tell me not to talk to people.
So for DM or DM disclosure, I thought that was an awesome maneuver in this exact scenario. It was probably the worst one you could have done.
Guys, what's going on? Don't let Rye talk to them. Don't let Rye talk to them. Whatever you do. What's
Sorry, it's too late.
Okay, so I immediately try. I shut off the voice. I was whoa. I was just going with a voice I thought you'd be familiar with. Cam, what happened? I was just trying to make this easy.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Hold on a minute. 17.
All right. The light goes back to the pale green light in its center, like just orifice for where we assume records things from, and it says, "I suppose I can understand where you'd be coming from. Now leave. What happened here is none of your business."
Have you seen a book lying around anywhere?
The light turns red again. I need to find a phrase. Hold on. Sorry. Someone yell at Seeker while I find this.
I just
clap.
You guys just can't
What?
talk to people, can you?
It's not a people.
Um.
It's a robot.
Oh, here we go again. You with the robots.
It's like you took his porridge.
Robot.
I just go, no. it's
Dusty,
not control."
is Miller still like fighting for control of the fog?
Yeah. Every time you step away because you'd like to go join, you notice that the override pops up again.
Great. You've now crippled your best fight. Good job, guys.
The brains, do they seem to so they're just in jars?
Yes, that is correct. See, I'm trying to find the exact quote here, and there is one. But yeah, please ask your questions about the location, and I'll try and give those to you while I'm searching for this.
Do
About
the
the what?
brains seem to be attached to anything? Or just
The jars themselves seem to be set into like a computer desk that they're around, so a little bit of yes.
Do the brains look like they'd be able to escape a giant amorphous blob that eats organic material?
I would say probably not.
Good to know.
Yeah, they don't seem mobile. They don't seem actively conscious. So no, I don't think that's really your problem.
Are
No.
you looking up follow quotes?
No, actually, I'm not. That would be funny, but that is not what I'm looking up. It is actually a D&D quote, but I can't find it, and I don't want to butcher it because it has a specific quote, but I thought I had it memorized, but I don't. And I thought it'd be in the wiki, but it's not.
Someone's
I
gonna have to
want-
paraphrase.
I want to
I
open
might have
up
to
my
paraphrase.
my camera systems on the open comm so Miller can at least have a little bit of sight as to what's going on.
Okay.
All right, I believe I found it. So as Seeker mentions the book, the light shifts red and the voice deepens a bit. Thune is Thune, and Thune is all.
Boom.
Does that ring a bell?
You can roll me a culture check or that other one, the mysticism check.
Oh, I can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a
I
culture
could do culture. This was
24.
6. 23.
I win.
19.
I win again.
No, it sounds like he's speaking nonsense as far as you guys are concerned. You feel pretty well knowledgeable and kind of weird stuff in the area just from your time around. Thune, as weird of a word as it is, does not ring any bells.
I have no idea what he's saying.
So I now have view of this, right? Because of Brawl, open comm link and video and whatnot, right?
Sure, yeah.
All right. Can I do like an engineering check as to see like what the H is going on?
You'd get the exact same thing that
Okay.
Rye did.
All right.
So again, standard issue camera model droid with a hodgepodge body. Give me an engineering check. If you roll exceptionally high, I'll give you a couple of bones there.
26.
Also
it's not-
26 with a net 20.
I'll give it to you even though you already rolled for it. I didn't need you to roll for it again,
Oh.
right?
Stop wasting them good rolls.
It does look like its body was probably like the ad hoc construct was looked to be made into the image of maybe a security robot, which are pretty common. But this one is unusual. You know that it would probably be vulnerable to electricity, like most robots would be. Also, they're especially vulnerable to critical hits, which you would think is probably very true based on just the ad hoc nature of this body.
Cool.
Everything else is because it is a custom rig. You really wouldn't be able to tell.
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Can I do some sort of like combination computers engineering check to kind of break the system so that it's always on?
No.
Man.
You have found the trap card for what you need. You have to either stop the source of the fog or deal with it.
So, can I do a perception check to see if there are any exposed wires or anything like that in the room? Anything super cliche that I could later utilize as an electrocution method?
No, the only source of open electricity that you guys are aware of is kind of behind you and towards where you guys had left the ooze.
Okay.
I'm
how
gonna have
hard
everyone
would it
roll
be to
initiative for me,
convince him to
guys, because
put
the
a-
droid doesn't like the fact that you guys haven't made any motion towards the door. So initiative, please.
How difficult would it be to convince him that it's a good idea to stick a fork in an electrical socket?
I mean, I'll let you
7.
answer that one for yourself.
I think it's a great idea.
Oh dear.
All right, who got 25 to 20?
No one.
Nobody.
26.
Actually, yeah,
Seeker?
Justin got
Oh, wait.
higher.
Yeah.
Okay, or higher. I'm sorry, Justin, I didn't encompass that. How about 20 to 15?
I did. I got a 19.
Okay, and this thing got, what is that? What's your initiative bonus?
10.
Okay, yeah, okay, you win. And that was so 14 to 10.
No.
Bueller, Jesus, 10 to 5, I guess.
6.
6.
7.
Okay, which one of the rat folk goes first?
Me.
Okay, bro. All right, you guys are now in initiative order. Its light has turned red. It hasn't made any immediate threatening gestures, which is kind of the issue of going first, Seeker and Zero. However, please act. You guys have your standard combat actions.
Oh,
You
boy.
may use them to do non-combat things, but
Who's
The
first?
thing that seemed especially irritated.
Sika.
Well, we both have the same everything. We both rolled 20s, and we both got 6s for our. Oh wait, no, 0 is
No,
19.
I
Never mind.
got-
That was your old. That was your old one. Seeker doesn't even want to go yet. I don't.
Seeker wants to delay his action.
Yeah.
Intel.
Crap.
Until the next turn. Just keep on delaying.
Probably. Yeah. Because I don't really want to go in there yet.
Seeker,
Not
I'm
by
going to delay
myself.
you until after Cam.
Okay.
0, you're up.
All right. So sensing, open hostility from this robot, obviously by the red light, Zero is going to move into cover with the door, and he's going to prepare to attack if a Cam attacks us.
Could I get as you approach the room, could I get another perception check from you?
23.
Yeah, that's enough. You notice that. Hold on, I gotta figure out what my notes say. The jars, like I said, also seem to be lit, but the ones particularly lit right now are the third jar in the back. So the one on the top right
That one?
from you. Yep, the top right. The bottom left and the bottom right. Those three in particular seem to be glowing a little bit more than the other three at the moment. All right, and so you readied in action. You didn't delay your turn. You readied in action.
Yep.
Okay, and what was the trigger again? Could you remind me, please?
If he attacks us.
Okay, that's easy enough. All right. It is going to be Cam's turn, and he is going to probably be mean. Yeah, I think that's what he's going to do. Right. I have to look up this spell because I haven't used spells in Starfinder yet. All right. What he does is he kind of raises one of his large, misshapen, like wires running through a frame, somewhat mechanical arm that kind of ends in just, loose wires at this point, and uses a spell called Hurl Force Disc, and a spinning disc of pure shimmering force is launched out at Zero, and it's let me see. Hold on, I have to see if it actually. Oh yeah, so it tries to slam into Zero, ricochets off, and bounces towards Brawl. From Brawl, it actually is going to bounce into Seeker and Rye as well. It's all like arcs as it bounces, and let's see if it is bouncing off of the wall or off of the players. So it is a ranged attack against your EAC.
Eastern Australian Current.
That's not exactly what I would go for. And let's see. And since it's a range attack, okay, that's the against your EAC is a 17 a hit. 0.
Oh, 0? Okay.
Yes, 0's first.
I thought it didn't hit me. It said it hit the wall.
I wasn't sure if it hits you or the wall. I have to see first. It reflects anyways. It doesn't need to hit you to reflect. It's not like a cleave. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's actually not clear if it does hit. Whatever. Does the 17 hit your EAC?
Yeah, mine's a 16.
Okay. It does look like it's supposed to hit before it ricochets. It says it's written a little oddly, but I'm also looking at the SRD. I don't have my PDF up. All right. So you do not. There is no saving throw. You don't have any resistance for spells, I don't think.
No.
Okay. So you're going to be taking this much force damage.
That sounds like multiple die.
It is multiple die. 11 points of force damage strikes you.
Oh.
And it bounces off of you and tries to smash into Brawl as it ricochets off. And we're going against your EAC, and I am looking at a 16.
17, sucker!
As you see it collide and like smash Zero up into the wall he's trying to kind of use for cover. It smashes back into you, but you're able to kind of bat it away with one of your armored hands, flinging the ball off into the ceiling, and it kind of dissipates as it smashes there. And I do believe my friend Cam is also going to move.
I attack him now.
Yeah, let's get your attack first.
Nope.
That is not good.
I'm gonna assume that thing disoriented the hell out of me.
Disoriented you in what? Oh, yes. Yeah, as you're trying to recover from the blow, you kind of like limply raise your pistol and fire, but it dissipates harmlessly into the floor. And the construct comes closer. 10, 15, and 20. And intent on continuing its tirade, it looks menacingly at Zero with its red eye. And that makes it Seeker's turn.
All right. Well, there's no getting anywhere near that right now because it's kind of standing in our way. So, full cast magic missile.
Yeah, how many magic missile casts do you have left?
I have 2 left normally, but then I also have a bunch of batteries which I can use to power my spells.
Nice. They just let you get more spell charges off that? That's awesome.
Yeah, 20 charge battery. I use 20 charges in a battery to cast a single spell.
I think that's awesome. Yes. So please make your magic missile.
So yeah. So he sees the construct coming at him. Well, it's such a waste because everything looks so. That's so cool. How do they do this? Anyways, take this, and I just shoot my magic missiles at him. So that's 3d4 plus 3. If I can open up roll 20 at any time. There we go.
Don't you have a button for this?
Nope.
Why not?
Oops. Plus 1 more to that. So
11.
Plus 1 more, so it's 11?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, the magic missile connects with the frame. Bits of like wiring and circuitry just kind of flies off behind it, and again continues flying because we're in 0G. Yeah, since you've casted your full missile, these arcs. Can you describe what they look like again for the viewers who haven't heard of your beautiful magic missiles yet?
Yeah, so this time they're going to be just sparkly purple laser beams, basically.
All right. Rye, as your purple sparkly laser beam throwing friend acts, what do you do?
I'm next.
You are next.
Okay. I was I don't think I ever said I came down from the ceiling.
No, you're still on the ceiling.
That's funny to me.
You
Okay.
and Zero are in the same spot.
I just think it's funny, upside down, non-Bob, talking in Bob's voice.
You mean Rob?
Yeah, exactly. So I 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh God.
I run away.
Well, it's tough because I don't want to split the party because Miller is all the way over on the west side of the building, and the pool of electricity is over on the east side of the building. There's no good things. So I just I go over this way, and so I move to the east, and take a covering shot. What's it for?
Sure. Roll that beautiful beam footage. You do
I don't
not.
hit it. I don't hit it. I'm useless. I don't have any use in this party.
Well, you have your regular class skill stuff, right?
Yeah, but he's already moved, so he's
Yeah, I've
used
already
that up
moved.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, your shot kind of ricochets off the wall above Brawl's head.
And I just kind of shout out, "This is not what we're here for. This is not what we're here for." And that's my turn.
And Miller, it's your turn.
Would it be safe to assume that I might have saw these brains lighten up through someone's comm unit?
Roll me a perception check. It ain't safe to say jack.
23.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
All right. I'm going to kind of switch up my way of thinking here. I'm going to try to see what these brains might be doing in the computer network here.
You don't find any record of any brains in the computer network at all.
Mhm.
You don't see many subroutines or anything like that. And looking back through your camera feed, you're actually not sure they are wired into the computers at all.
Okay.
They're on computer desks, but that's mostly because that's all there is in the control area. It's not like they don't appear to be wired in.
All right. Did that take up any move actions or
No.
anything like that? All right. Let me move here. Where's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, I will just kind of move outside the door and I can take a pot shot at Mr. Cam over here.
Sure, yeah.
Nat 20.
Wow.
Sure.
Another crit.
Roll some damage for me. Yeah,
You're at like 8
You're
this
shot.
dungeon.
I don't know.
You sigh exasperatedly. You walk out of the room. You just raise rifle, shoot it, ping it right in its forehead, which is the body itself, and it kind of stomps away.
15 and and it's staggered because I actually have my cryo. So it's 15. I rolled the 1d6 by mistake. Don't worry about that. 15 cold damage, and it is staggered.
What does staggered do for those at home?
Let me just look it up real quick. I think it is you can only take one move or standard action.
Okay.
But go on to the next person while I look that up.
Brawl, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to use a standard action to trip, and I'm going to throw it to the ground as it gets blasted in the lens by Miller while it kind of is disoriented. I'm going to grab it with both my arms and just toss its body to the floor.
Just going to hug it gently.
Yeah, so that's exactly right. You can only take a single move or standard action.
Okay.
And then that will be my only move.
Sure, make your roll.
Only action. It doesn't say that it's a... It doesn't say I have to roll for it. It doesn't say make an attack roll. It just says trip, you knock the target prone if it's on the ground.
Chris, back me up here.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Trip, page 246.
Is there like a subset, like a combat maneuver area that it's under?
Pretty sure trip.
It's just a combat maneuver.
Yeah, but doesn't trip require you to have them in a grapple?
Nope. You knock the target prone when it's on the ground. A target in the air descends 10 feet, falling prone if this causes it to fall to the ground.
So the roll you have to make
a target in zero gravity is instead knocked off kilter. The prone and off kilter conditions are further. Okay. So they actually make a standard action against a KAC +8.
Okay. Make a standard attack brawl against its KAC +8.
Oof.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh, God.
So not only do you not manage to knock it off kilter, you can feel how firmly rooted this thing is. It's not like it's got mag boots like you do. It's almost like every structure of this creature has the ability to magnetize. You don't budget an inch. In fact, you almost start causing yourself to move backwards in 0G from the force you're using. But you do manage to grasp on at the last second and prevent yourself from falling backwards.
Okie dokie.
You would need to roll tremendously well to beat its KAC +8. Just a heads up. All right. Brawl is at the end of the order, and what we do is we see the brains begin to glow. And this is the order is going to matter. All right. So
do we notice them glow more?
Yes, I'll tell you which ones do as well. To number them, there are 3 in the back. From left to right, they are 1, 2, and 3. And then in the bottom row, from left to right, they are 4, 5, and 6. So brain 1 remains unlit. Brain 2 glows, and I'm going to need a. Actually, not sure what the save is. Tell you in a second. I really don't use spells. I need Brawl to make a will save.
Yippee!
Uh,
11.
Brawl, your body starts to become rigid, and you are under the effect of the spell Hold Person. You become paralyzed, which is a condition, and freeze in place. You are aware and breathe normally, but you can't take any physical actions, even speech. You can't cast spells. On each round on your turn, you can spend a full action to attempt a new saving throw to end the effect. Otherwise, you don't know how long it will last. And paralyzed, I'm assuming that's what it was just describing, but let me double check, make sure paralyzed doesn't do anything else worse to you. Your dexterity is lower and all that fun stuff, so your AC would be effective if it attacks you. Yeah, you are held for the moment.
Is there any visible sign that we would take notice of, or
For Brawl,
yeah?
make a perception check for me since he's next to you. And Seeker, if you want, give me a perception check.
12.
He becomes suddenly very, very rigid, and he seems to almost like come a little bit off the ground, except his mag boots are holding him there as his body otherwise goes limp into 0G.
Damn it, you made me waste one of my good rolls.
Yes, that is how statistics works.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that was that brain. That was brain 2 that lit up for that. Brain 3 has been lit and remains lit. Brain 4 begins emitting fog from it as fog begins seeping out of it. Brain 5 has been lit. Zero, could I have you roll me a will save? As Brain 5 lights up again, like brighter.
18.
All right, yeah, you shake off some kind of so there was a pressure on your mind, but you were able to shake it off without much trouble. And
I happened to notice that 5 lit up when that happened.
That what happened to you? Yeah, Brain 5 was lighting up as soon as you felt the pressure, and it faded back down when you felt it leave. So you're able to tie that together pretty quickly. All right, and I said there's 6. What does that one do? Oh, and then the 6th brain lights up, but you guys don't notice any obvious effects, and it fades back down. It is the top of the order, which I'm going to give back to Seeker, just because he delayed his action.
Okay.
I'll give it back to you.
I'm going. Okay, so Seeker sees the brains lighting up and everything. Obviously, something's going on there, and decides that the one that has been lit this whole time is probably controlling something, because it seems like they all have some sort of control over the abilities based on seeing it light up and people getting hit by magic. So
sorry, I should have been a little bit more clear. The area is under fog cloud spell.
Okay.
So you're back to not being able to see deeper in past basically the robot itself.
Oh, all right. So we're still doing that.
Yeah, because you saw which jar was emitting it.
Yep.
But yeah, that is until that thing is taken care of. The room begins to fog up again.
All right. Which jar was emitting it?
I will tell you in just a second as soon as I pull up my notes.
4.
That was brain 4.
Brain 4.
The bottom leftmost brain.
Now, here's a question. Since they're probably not moving anywhere, would I be able to shoot at that location?
I would let you with some negatives. I don't know if Starfinder has a natural way to do it, but I'm going to pull some fancy schmancy 5th edition pull, and we'll do shoot as if you had disadvantage, which means you're going to roll the d20 twice.
But if I use magic, though?
With magic, you'd need to see it.
I need to see it.
Yeah.
This is magic missile?
Magic missile needs to see its target.
Yeah.
Using a shot, you'd be blind firing. If Starfinder has a blind fire rule set, please, if you want to look it up quickly, go for it. But if we don't, disadvantage is a quick and easy way to answer it.
3 missiles.
Basically, they have concealment. I wonder if that's in the spell itself. Let me pull up the description. I guess
You know
concealment
what?
would probably be in here.
The creatures must still be valid targets. It says.
Yeah, it's not valid if you can't see it. A creature within 5
Probably a 50% thing.
It's actually a creature within 5 feet has concealment, which is 20%. Creatures farther away have total concealment, which is 50% mischance. And you can't use sight to locate the target. So you could shoot with like your rifle or some other pistol or something, and you'd have a 50% mischance. So it would be a D20 and a D100.
Yeah, not gonna do that.
Okay.
If only I had my grenades back.
Right. Jeez, I guess I'll shout out over to Miller. Miller, could you get rid of that fog again, maybe? And
Will do.
Sorry, I'm taking forever. I don't even know what I want to do because I don't even know if attacking this thing is doing much. Yeah, I guess Seeker's just gonna frustratedly send another magic missile. His LEDs kind of go a little red, with anger, like this stupid fog and stupid thing in front of me, and he shoots his magic missile. This time they're kind of red and kind of look like daggers flying through the air because he's just angry. He's shooting daggers.
Shaggers.
That did not work. My macro did not work.
Shaggers?
Yeah. Oof.
Yikes.
8.
Okay. Your angry red glowing daggers bury into the creature and continue taking chunks off of the electronic components it's built around it. That was your last natural cast, right? Without using batteries?
Yep.
Thank you. And it is now its turn. Brawl and...
Remember, it is staggered.
Yeah, it is staggered.
Yep.
Brawl, you're held. So, Zero, since you're so close, give me a perception check.
24.
You notice that parts of it that were blown off begin mending. You're familiar with security droids having nanites that do kind of repairs as they're actively in combat, and you're pretty sure that's what you're witnessing. So it is getting repaired a little bit as the combat goes on. As it is frozen, it takes the opportunity, or rather, it's staggered. It doesn't bother moving anywhere. It just kind of reaches out with one of its large appendages and attempts to slam down onto you, Zero. And
Up at me.
What was that?
Up at me. I'm on the ceiling.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yep. They arc up at you. Thank you. And that's actually a pretty decent melee attack. So let's see how that goes. Not great.
It might still be fine.
No, it's legitimately a natural one. So it looks like a 7. I was like, oh, that's not. But it's a 1. I'm also not using my nice shiny. I gotta get rid of these magic counters. These gotta go away. So yeah, it smashes up into the ceiling, and it grows a deeper crimson red in its eye socket, and it says, "Damn you all for your interruptions." And Zero, you're up.
So seeing this thing reach for me like that and knowing it can still get me on the ceiling, I'm going to, 5-foot step back.
Again, stepping back 5 feet and a 5-foot step are not the same, but that's okay.
I think it's disengage.
It's a guarded step.
Guarded step, thank you.
Don't want to confuse our D&D friends because that's also your move action.
Right. And then I'm just going to take another shot.
Sure.
17, and that's EAC.
17 against its EAC. Yeah, you're getting close there. You look like you almost missed it, but you managed to graze part of its wiring, like its shoulder. And roll your damage, please.
3.
3. Okay. It does not look like you quite blew through the stuff that had just regenerated. And Rye, you are up again.
Okay. At this point, I don't think that there's going to be any non-violent solving of this. So, instead of taking a move, I'm going to utilize Get 'em, which is going to give, everyone a +1 morale bonus versus attack rolls against this pink robot here, against Cam.
Yep.
And that's my move action. I'm going to also do another cover fire.
Yep.
To hopefully benefit Brawl, who's still there.
Yep.
This is 15 on the nose.
Yep. Yeah, you are able to. Your shot kind of like makes it like cringe away from the blast as it kind of sees you harrying or harassing it.
I accidentally added a 1 to that, but I get that 1 anyway because of the Get 'em.
Nice. Nice.
So my bad math worked out. And then on top of that, to really get it at him, I'm going to go back into Bob voice and shout out, "Which one of those were me, Cam? Which one of those is me?" Referencing the brains in the room.
Oh, it knew what you were referencing, and it has now rotated its body fully away from Zero, and it's looking over Brawl at you.
Good.
Miller, you're up.
All right. Miller is going to run back to the terminal here, except instead of targeting the ventilation system, he's going to look at the life support system, specifically oxygen. And he's going to see if he can cut off oxygen to that room to kill off the brains, because brains need oxygen.
You'd have to. So 1, you don't know what sort of support the jar provides.
Okay.
2, you would need to vent oxygen from the entire station because of the open door.
Yeah, I was thinking outside the box. All right.
Fine by me.
Well, actually, no.
We're all wearing suits.
Yeah, we're all wearing suits.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys would just become in 0G, and that would be and in no atmosphere.
Yeah. So turn off the atmosphere. See if I can turn on the ventilation system.
Sure. Yeah. You've turned off the atmosphere, and we'll see how that does in 6 seconds, and then 12 seconds, and then 18 seconds, and then
Okay. And I've done the ventilation. If I can do that too.
Yeah, I'll let it happen. You have access to control, and you figure out the trick to get past the robot's counter control. So you are able to clear out the fog, and I will clear that out for our friends. And Brawl, you need to make me another will save.
I didn't make it.
Brawl, you are still just frozen there helplessly as you try desperately to get any kind of control back. Now we're back to my brain friends. Brain 1 doesn't glow. Brain 2 tries to cast Hold Person. Is that a concentration spell, actually? Does that matter? Let me take a quick look. Can it cast more than... I have disclosed it. Hold Person Starfinder. And...
it is not. It's 1 round per level.
Zero, I need you to make a will save.
Can it even see me?
Which brain is this? What did I say?
It's the middle one, right?
If it's the middle one, I'd say yes, it can see you. Oh, sorry. If it's the middle one in the back, I'd say it can't see you. What did I say? 2? No, I'm sorry. That does not have access to you. Visual. No, I'm so sorry. It does have vision on you. Yeah, it doesn't actually have an eyeball itself. It's not using itself to see you. So yeah, it does have a visual on you. So yes.
22.
You have no problem. You shake it off again. You feel more pressure entering your mind, but you are unfazed by it. And that was 2. Brain 3 is lit and can remain lit. Brain 4 tries to emit more fog, and as soon as it does, it's getting sucked up by the ventilation shaft. And Brain 5 make another will save, 0.
16.
Yeah, you're impenetrable to these things. And Brain 6 remains unlit this time. Okay. We are back to the top of the order with Seeker.
All right, Seeker's going for Brain 4, casting his angry magic missiles again. They kind of go off in a he actually he's holding a battery, and takes out a battery, and that glows red as he uses it to charge his magic missiles, which go off in a sort of Macross or like Gitano circus all around, and they zoom towards Brain 4.
Brain 4's jar shatters from the impact.
Wait. Hold on.
Yeah.
I have 3, actually. I don't want to do... No, I did that. Go for it.
No, well, can they target
Because I
different...
can target multiples. I can target 3 as long as they're within 15 feet of each other.
They are. Yeah,
So,
which 3 do you want to target?
What are the ones that were using Hold Person?
Hold Person was Brain 2.
Brain 2. So 2, 4, and what are the other ones? Do we know anything about those?
Brain 1 has never been lit while you guys have been there. Brain 3 remains lit constantly.
3.
I think 5 was the other one, constantly trying to do some mind effect.
Yeah, 5 is doing something to your mind.
Okay, so do 2, 4, and 3.
Brain jars 2, 4, and 3 shatter. The glass floating away in like a large radius as the 0G doesn't let it fall anywhere, and then the protoplasmic gloop as well kind of lets itself out, and the brain is impacted by your magic missile, and they partially vaporize. And that was 4, 5, and I guess I got it because I only have 1, 2, 3, and 6 left, right? No, it doesn't make any sense. I need to have 3 left. 1.
1, 5, 6.
Oh, 6 is gone?
No, those are the ones you have left. I thought it was
Oh.
1, 5, and 6.
Oh, I must have deleted the spell that 3 was doing and delete 3. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. No, hold on. It doesn't make any sense. No, it was 2. 2 is gone. 5 is gone. I'm sorry. What was the other one you're looking to get rid of? The one that's so... Brain 5 was casting Detect Thoughts on you, 0. So that's gone. The Hold Person is gone. And the Fog is gone. Okay. So 1, 2, and 6. I think I've screwed something else up here because I have an extra number floating, but that's okay. I'll just get rid of it. All right, that should be fine. All right. And that was Seeker's turn. He cast his missile, and now it is back to our friend Cam, whose nanites repair him some more. And stagger only lasted for 1 round. Is that correct, Miller?
That is correct.
All right, it is no longer. It is no longer stunned. So it is actually going to move past Brawl and Seeker. So 5, 10, 15, 20.
Attack of opportunity.
Yep, 20. Well, not from Brawl. 25.
I'd say not from any of us because we're using ranged weapons.
30. Well, if
Bop it with
if Seeker would like to try and bop
weapon.
it, he can.
I can try bopping it. I don't think it's gonna.
He's
boop
gonna
much.
twist it. Maybe
Bop
pull
it.
Pull it.
Flick it.
All right. So, where even is my melee attack? Okay, +2. I got a nice +2.
Remember, you get a +1 from me.
Is it going? I rolled. There we go. 18 then. +1 from the...
18 against KAC. You just hit it, yeah.
Really?
You connect with it as it's walking past you.
Just
Yeah,
like,
you hit
poof, stupid
because
piece
of get him.
stupid piece of spoop. Okay, yeah, and that's just a normal fist attack. How much is that? Or smack it with my laser, like
D4, I guess.
Rifle butt it?
D4
Yeah, I'd say 1d4 plus strength.
Oh, okay. 4. That's pretty good.
4, yeah, it's not bad.
That went better than expected.
Yeah, you put it right back down. You've managed to punch through what its regen just did. So there you go. And it is going to cast a spell as well. And I have to look up exactly what that's going to look like because it's using up its last spell for this slot because Rye pissed it off.
Shocker.
And I mean, you did this on purpose. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Isn't there? Shucks, I thought there was one that was.
Man, I should have used all of my move. I stayed there so that I could continue to shoot, but I only used 20 of my 30 movement.
Oh, geez, you're not gonna like this.
No,
okay, I need you to make a will save.
Well, I've already rolled well once today, so this is not going to bode well. 14.
Oh, okay. Actually, you're gonna take half damage from this. 1, 2, 3. I need a die that you're not gonna like at all. Do you not have any?
12,
Not quite.
10.
Yeah. And there's more than one of them. Unfortunately, I don't have. I just have my percentile die, but that's fine. I'll just use it. And it is going to be at the second level. Oh God. Okay. This is not in half, so it's going to be 5, 15, 25. That's 30 points of mental damage. Let's see.
But then halved.
And then half, yeah.
15.
You're taking 15 points of damage, and it's psychic damage. It just kind of tries to overload your brain with psychic information, so you just have like a stream of electronic consciousness streaming through your head, and through the background is this kind of deep bass voice rumbling, Thune is all. Yeah. Right, are you still with us?
What is soon, and why do you have that lisp?
Zero, you are up.
All right. So Zero is going to let go of his laser pistol and just kind of let it float there in place.
Yep.
And he's then going to pull out his semi-automatic pistol, and he's going to line up and take a shot at him.
Ooh, I have to remove those brains so you guys know that they're gone. You're going to take a shot at him? Yeah, make your shots.
All right. That doesn't work because his DC is more than 1. 16 KAC. Or 17, actually.
17 for its KAC. Did you include get him, or is that getting him? It was the 17?
Get him was the 17.
That's not enough to hit its KAC. So you might ping into its like metal chassis, but it just does not actually penetrate enough to get any damage through. And was that was just a attack action, right? So you still have a move action?
Yeah. So I'll probably take 5-foot step close to the door so that nothing in there can see me.
That's fair. Yeah, you hug the wall so the brains can't see you. Rye, you're up.
Okay, so I'm going to use one movement. That won't work. Okay, so this might or might not work. I'm going to use one movement to run across the ceiling towards the that little hole that we had run through before. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. This right here on the map,
Yep.
I don't know how to describe. There's a hallway that had a Zombo in it before.
Yeah, that was the offices. Offices before you got into residential area 2.
Is that a door into this room?
It's a barricaded door. You would have to spend some time clearing it.
So I'm running into a trap if I go this way.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't. I mean, if you spent some time on it, you'd be able to unbarricade it. I don't think it would take too long. You are on the correct side of the barricade to remove it.
Okay, so I'm going to attempt double move to get here.
So what Rye does is he runs through the lobby, ducks into the tighter hallway of the offices to the south, and then tries to come around the corner to an area that would, if he unblocks the door, lead into the area just south of the security station.
I mean, it does all of this on the ceiling.
Yep,
So-
all of this on the ceiling.
Yeah, so what I'm doing, hoping that he'll follow me, I continue to provoke as I shout out, "Did you enjoy what you did to me?" In Bob's voice, "Did you enjoy what you did to me? Did he enjoy it?" As I disappear into the hall, and if I have enough time, I would like to attempt to take apart this barricade.
Oh, hell's no. That's a standard action, bro.
Okay, I didn't know.
Miller, you up?
All right. Miller's just kind of chilling out in the engineering room. What are these guys doing? So again, he takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a couple steps out, and all right, there it is. He takes another pot shot.
Oh my god!
Wow.
I hate him so much with every fiber of my being.
Miller
Because-
rolls his like 17th nat
Oh.
20 of the
In
night.
a row.
Always
In a
on his
row.
rifle shots too. Yeah, roll some damage up there, boyo.
So 18. Hold on. 18 cold damage, and he's staggered.
You actually managed, your laser cuts through and severs one of the arm appendages that had been held together, and it begins to drift away in the zero gravity as your laser blast just arcs up and through it, severing it completely.
And Miller shuts up. What are you guys doing? Just take him out. There's only one of them.
I'm shooting the brains, thank you.
Good job, Sika.
Brawl stands there emotionless.
Brawl, actually, you gain control again as it comes around to your turn because the brain emitting the hold person is no longer in existence.
Real quick.
All right.
Yes, Rye.
Does Miller hear a very angry Bob shouting out curses at Cam?
I guess over the radio. Yeah, probably you guys have your comms on.
I was just wondering if he'd have a reaction to hearing all of this commotion than Bob.
You definitely wouldn't have vision on it, so yeah, it'd be weird.
Yeah, no, Miller is more confused as to why we're still in combat.
As again, he steps out, sighs frustratedly, casually raises blaster pistol, blows things, arm off. Brawl, you have control over your body again.
As Brawl's limbs start functioning as expected and not, paralyzed, he's gonna be like, "You want me to take him out? I'll take him out." He immediately turns around because he was facing the doorway before.
Yep.
Turns, faces Cam, rushes up to him as slowly but fast as he can with the heavy armor.
Clamp.
And he makes an attack.
Oh my god! That one.
Very
Yeah,
broad.
the background. I said hit him.
To be fair, let's just be fair. Brawl did just answer Miller's crit with a crit.
Yeah, you managed. You answered the strike with a gutter ball, and actually, as your fist kind of swings out, it unbalances you enough, and it's enough pressure that it pulls your mag boots off of the floor, and you are now in zero gravity, like floating again. To move, you'll need to do some athletics checks to get back, or acrobatics checks.
I do
You're
not-
Soki because we
Off
do
kilter.
not- we do not
Does not apply.
suffer the
The
effects
next
of
time you're on
off-kilter.
natural one, then I'm just gonna kill you.
I'm okay with it. I need to die.
Just take me. For the love of
Chris, stop taking my rolls.
I can't help it, man. I get things done.
Seeker, you're up.
All right. Seeker takes
Oh
another.
wait, I'm sorry. You're at the top of the order. That's the brains. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. The brains are still not completely dead. What do we have? We've got 1, 2, and 6. It looks like. Okay. 1 doesn't light up. 2.
Would you say 1 is brain dead?
No. 2 can see Seeker. Seeker, make a will save, please, as 2 lights up for the first time.
All
Chris
right.
liked that one.
What's my will at? It's not terrible, I guess. 15.
Yeah, you're able to repel the
Nice.
probe that kind of enters your mind. Brain 6 does not light up. Now, Seeker, it's your turn.
All right, Seeker takes out another battery and does the same thing. Nice Etano circus of magic missiles at all 3 of the remaining brains.
All of the brains in the room now are just like in piles of floating shattered glass, floating chunks of metal, and the slight hint of protoplasm that had contained them originally. They are all brain dead.
Yeah.
I get it.
Pat's
Yeah.
like, you're welcome for that one.
Cam is now up, and his nanites repair him a bit, but he's still severely wounded from basically Miller. And running out of options, I do not believe he is going to pursue.
Really?
Rob.
He wouldn't pursue Rye?
No, not when he's have this much damage on him. Let's see.
He's being taunted by his old friend.
He turns back to Brawl, who didn't actually realize you were there until he looked for the source of the laser blast, and then he sees you flailing. And he uses a slightly weaker version of the spell he just used on Rye, and he attempts to overload your brain with information. Please make a will save.
Well, wonderful.
This
Well,
would
let's see what
normally be
happens.
where I would make a joke.
You got slightly better.
Can I just make a new character now?
I
got a 2.
You're not dead. Your natural 2 does not save you from any of the damage. So you take 12 points of psychic damage, and in your head, Thune is Thune, and Thune is all. And all this extra data just flowing into your brain.
Thune is Thune, and Thune is all, and Thune will then kill Brawl.
12 points of psychic damage to our Yosoki friend. It is staggered, so that's the only thing it gets to do, and it is Zero's turn.
You hear, you're welcome.
So Zero again is going to line up a shot and just going to shoot him.
Sure.
Nope. Misses again.
You tricked him, I think, but you did
No.
not manage to land the blow.
No, the trick is 20 plus his CR.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, so you got nothing. All right. Are you going to make a move action?
No, Zero feels safe where he is, so he would just stay there.
Taking pot shots, missing wildly, smashing into Biodome. Not that it's a dome. I don't know why I keep calling it that. Rye, you're up again somehow.
I'm going to attempt to break the barricade open.
Give me a strength check. It's not high. Yeah,
13.
you got it. You're able to, so because of the zero gravity, you wedge yourself in and you just act as a fulcrum to push everything out, which is like office chairs, an upturned table that had been removed from its bolting, anything that they could find to barricade the door. You managed to shift it all, so it's now floating in free fall, or I guess free float behind you in the hallway, and the door is open.
So I'm under the assumption that he's following me, and I'm panicking a little bit, but I'm also trying to, for once, be useful in combat. I have no idea that I'm not. So I'm just going to continue with the motion that I'm going through, which is to keep shouting out as I run and try to make a lap around here to get back with my party one. So I'm going to, as I'm running east, completing that circuit, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, I can do that because it's a corner.
Yep.
I'm going to shout out in Bob's voice, I thought we were friends, Cam. I thought we were friends, Cam. And then I'm going to do, I can't do a double move, so that's it.
Yes, you are. You did clear the blockage. So, Miller, it is your turn.
If that's the case, then I'm going to...
Cower behind the corner?
No, can I run? Isn't there... Oh, no, run is also full action moving.
Full action, yeah.
Okay, I'm done then.
You did good.
So Miller is just going to take a full action, take 2 shots. So it's this -4 on both of them. 21 minus 4 is 17, and a 4.
And these are EAC?
EAC.
Let me take a look. I think it's EAC is a little lower. Your first shot does manage to hit its EAC.
Okay. Then 7 damage cold.
So what happens is a shimmering skin-like coating that had been covering the body snaps. It flares for a second. And as it flares, it absorbs your laser shot and it flings it actually directly back at you as the spell Reflecting Armor is triggered. For those of you watching at home, Brain 6 would have glowed again, but it does not. So you actually take the damage yourself.
I do?
Changes my
Yep.
next action.
7?
You take 7 points of damage. You can take up to 10. I'm so sorry. It doesn't say it in the spell data, but you can make a reflex save for half. So give me a
Okay.
reflex save.
This plus 6, 18.
Oh yeah, you definitely reflex it. So you take 4 points of damage.
All right. Well, that's it.
And Brawl, you're up.
Now, I'm just going to hope that I can hit the guy. We'll see.
Are you gonna make a multi-attack? Try and hope for that nat 20.
So I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna use Frothing Rage.
Ooh.
Swift action. I'm not sure if this is I'm not sure if I'm gonna hit, but I'm sure as hell gonna try.
The parasite that's kind of slightly on and embedded into your skin flexes and pulses, and its own kind of slightly venomous juices begin pulsing through your veins as your muscles enlarge, and you are ready for action.
And then I get to make 3 attacks at -5. So we'll see what happens.
Make them.
Why? A 2 again? Okay. 19. So 14 technically, probably not going to hit.
Nope.
And then, oh my Jesus Christ! I'm. Guys, it's been a great campaign.
All 3 blows unfortunately miss as the thing kind of weaves unsteadily on its busted circuits. You manage to punch its disembodied arm as it floats farther away down the lobby, and Seeker watches your shame, and it's now Seeker's turn.
Oh.
So Seeker sees that and just shakes his head, says, "Okay, you guys go deal with that," as he runs into the or waddles, I guess, walks with his magnetic shoes.
Yeah. Stomps.
Yeah, stomps over to the room with all the computers in it. So that's 20 that I just moved, 20 feet. Is there anything in particular that stands out to me? Any computers that I could possibly check out?
So the main database, like, of the security station seems pretty cannibalized, as if a lot of the parts that were making it functional are what Cam possibly used as parts of his body. However, there is one of those terminals that you've been kind of contacting Bob's hologram through, kind of, off to the left of the room. It seems mostly intact.
20, 25, 30. You can't make double moves, right? Or can we?
No, you can.
You can.
You guys are attached. You just are walking carefully. That's all.
Okay, I'm making my way over to that computer then.
Right, and
I
it
can't
makes
do anything
it
with it yet, but
the brain's turn, but the brains are dead. Cam's turn, and he begins to regenerate more health because you guys aren't actually landing any hits. And
I landed hit. It hit me back instead.
watching Brawl flail kind of inspired the thing, and it's going to make 2 melee attacks back at the Yosoki with its remaining appendage, and one of its legs kind of juts out and tries to.
In comes the crit. I'm calling it.
So a 17 against your KAC.
No.
So you're able to kind of get your arms up and block as his arm comes crushing down on you. A 27.
Yeah.
So as you're blocking its downward, arcing arm, you get your arms up. You're really good at it, and you're feeling pretty good. And then you feel really, really lousy as its knee smashes into your stomach, and bits of jagged computer pieces kind of gouge into you. And that is actually not too bad of an attack, I don't think. Okay, I rolled max damage, so that's unfortunate. It's 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And it's Zero's turn.
So Zero is going to move a little bit closer to the robot, and he's going to again line up a shot and hopefully hit it this time.
Sure.
What's his challenge?
If it's 20 plus CR, you have hit it with the trick attack.
All right. Then
That's also going to hit either of its ACs. So yeah, you definitely have hit the creature.
All right. 14 damage.
14 damage? For the love of God, describe your kill.
So after missing several times, Zero takes a few steps forward, lines up his shot, aims straight at the camera's like lens, and just takes one shot, and it shoots straight through the lens, shattering the camera into like 10,000 pieces.
Sure. Yeah. The just like a quick mini implosion inside of it, and then just pieces floating away at high velocity. And the drone body goes inert and just begins floating, basically trying to floating onto Brawl. And you guys have eliminated Cam.
So as soon as that happens, Miller shouts out, "Good job, Captain!" And then in his comm says, "I saw that, Zero. Good job."
Oh, hold on. Yeah, hold on. So, and then make eye contact and then wink at Zero. So I not aware that it has finished. I'm gonna use full action to haul ass just in a straight line, running away from the threat that's directly behind me in my brain. I'm just hauling ass as I shout out, "I should have bought that cheaper used camera. You were the worst purchase ever." as I haul, and then I turn to see the mess and I go, "Oh, come on."
Zero walks over and helps Brawl to either the ground or the ceiling.
You guys have effectively explored the station for the sake of brevity, because it is after 10:30. I do want to get the denouement Foundation Station out of the way. Miller ducks back and activates gravity and life support. So you guys are now in a standard feature. You guys are all okay. Searching the body of Cam, you get, we'll call it 15 UPBs, and you also get if it nested inside of his frame, you pull out a moldy, or I guess molded, older book. It is a large, leather-bound, in an unusual form of leather, a tome. It has no title, but you are pretty confident that this is most likely the book you guys are sent to retrieve. Inside of the security station itself, anything technological was basically converted to this frame. And it looks like you guys kind of going through the rubble of the brain jars, there were magical words listed on inside of the glass itself, which is no longer legible due to it being destroyed via Seeker. It does seem that Cam was the one running the show. Digging a little bit deeper through some of the maybe pulled up panels, you guys kind of start pulling into it. You see an almost mummified corpse that still has the faintly visible name tag that says Bob on it. It's tucked with reverence into the floor with some other small tech components. In terms of what you guys actually get, you guys get 50 UPBs worth of material from the kind of little cache he's got there. Seeker activates the hologram. And what you guys witness is there's actually a number of entries on this computer, and going through them chronologically, they're pretty short, but it's basically years worth of footage of Bob and Cam in this space. In the early days, it's Bob signaling for help, being frantic, being locked inside this relatively small area. Later on, you eventually find that they use air ducts, and he starts creating appendages for Cam, who otherwise was just a floating camera bot. He begins kind of modifying him and using him to send through the air vents. And as he goes through, he sees that there was a large number of undead, more than you guys encountered through the station, present during those early years. And the camera is able to pretty safely navigate, get food from the commissary, and they keep this up for a number of years. Most of the entries look like miserable diaries as he kind of bemoans his fate, makes pleas for Zaretta, begins to slowly lose his mind as his only friend is this floating robot. And I think it's about 3 years in when he finally kills himself. The footage doesn't stop there, though. It goes on for up until relatively modern time, and it's Cam. What was that?
Because there's been 8 years altogether, so another 5 years.
Another 5 years. Yeah, that's about right. I'm a little hazy. I think it was like 12 years is supposed to be built in there somewhere, but yeah, 5 years works. For about 5 years, maybe a little bit less because they start getting a little bit spottier. The recordings of Cam, now unfettered by Bob, roam the station. They eventually make their way into the ship. The undead have eventually turned on themselves, and the more advanced looking ones with the claws and the needles were killed off, and by the more mindless undead that they kind of spawn from Foundation Station staff. As Cam goes into the crash ship you guys entered, he finds the very book you found in his torso on the altar there, and he takes it. He begins by scanning it just for something to do up into the computer, and eventually this triggers something, and the view in the camera changes to a slight greenish hue as it begins to manifest magical abilities just from the years of exposure to this book, and it begins to harvest pieces as if like from instructions in the manual, and it includes other body parts, not just brains. The brains are what helped it function on higher capacities. It's what helped it cast some of the more intricate spells, but it also made bodies, stitched them together, created its own techno-organic virus at one point, and eventually created a group of, if not trained, at least controlled undead, which it loaded up into one of the remaining shuttles for Foundation Station and launched down into Planet Rebel. And that would be the same ship that you encountered. The reason why it had triggered a distress signal that Alden Stoyer, the person who sent you on this mission, got, is because from the crash ship, there was a functioning transponder, and it set it on an emergency loop and attached it to the shuttle, which the shuttle isn't like an actual self-sufficient spaceship. It's really used for ferrying, basically. It wouldn't have had the same power of like alert system, so it used this SOS to attract more people just in case it didn't land somewhere useful on Planet Rebel. And that's kind of what started the trigger for you guys to kind of get pulled in.
All right.
There's a little bit more details there, but in summation, Foundation Station has been basically run over by dead for years, and then has been controlled by a camera droid that took up necromancy. And I guess one of the later entries will be like a text entry, maybe of Cam like keeping a journal for itself, saying that its plans are almost underway to reunite finally Bob with Zaretta.
Oh.
Yep. Real quick, as an aside, I look over at Miller and just quietly say, Did I help?
Miller shrugs. Did I?
Is it like an affirming shrug?
Miller shrugs. Did I help?
Yeah.
For the record, Chris, that wasn't GM bullshit magic. It had actually cast that spell in the first round of combat, and it's called Reflecting Armor. I was saving it for its death blow, so I'm sorry I robbed you.
It's all right. It's all right.
Do you guys have anything else you guys would like to do as wrap up, or any questions you'd like to look into?
I'd like to condemn Roll20 for the roles that besieged upon.
I mean,
So from now on,
would I have to roll
a
some sort of like a bluff check? Because I basically gave the killing blow to our captain.
Well,
kind of shouted it out.
Well, I in character, I was not paying attention to anything else. Which is why I was saying, like, did I help? I was looking for a quick yes or no.
Oh, yeah.
Make a bluff check, and we could say that the good job captain could could pacify Rye on that. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, no, straight up, that's what I'm looking for. Is if you,
No.
if you can.
You got a pity shrug. That's what that was. It was a pity shrug.
Okay, I'm gonna do a sense motive to see if he was.
I mean, 4 altogether, if that helps.
I think his static bonus is better than that.
It is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I look at I realize that no, my diversion tactic did not accomplish what I wanted it to, and I just go, oh man.
Brawl, I don't know if you want to mention this, but he did pull the droid off of you for a turn that it would have beat the absolute hell out of you. You were like basically helpless in front of it, and then he.
I mean, hold on. I mean, we can save this for next session.
Yeah,
but, I mean, there's a
I
lot
think
of stuff that happened. I mean, first off, Brawl pulled Rye out of the way. Rye to.
All right, let's not do that yet. Then okay.
Yeah.
What you guys do then is you do collect your materials. If you want to take any trophies, you can. But you guys do pack up on board the Indecision, and you guys set your return trip to Pyramid Station Alpha.
In closing, we're not giving that to the magistrate, are we?
And that will be the last question that echoes out into space as the camera pans out, and we end this episode of Never Split the Party and our Starfinder campaign. Join us next week, Tuesday, 8:30 p.m.
Eastern time.
Eastern time, thank you. Assuming everyone is functional. And for now, we'll go into a slightly shorter after party because we went out a little bit late tonight. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Tell your friends if you enjoyed what you watched. Please make them watch us. We really want some more viewers to harass and heckle us in the chat. And now we're going to transition.
And see all of my awesome nat 20s because that's all I roll.
All of Brawl's awesome nat 1s that fill me with happiness.
And my mediocre rolling in the middle, which accomplishes nothing.
And Zero stealing spotlight.
Yeah, kill stealing. Kill stealing.
All right, guys, remember, never split the party.
Yeah, roll 20.